Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today I would like to share something that I had a lot when I was growing up in Poland. On our way to school, when I was still in grade school, there was this bakery, and every time I had some money from grandparents or family members, I would go and visit that bakery and buy something sweet, either before school or after. And those pastries are exactly what I used to have. They were one of my favorites. And I want to share this recipe with you today. This memory from my country when I was growing up. Mascarpone vanilla cream tubes. Crunchy on the outside with this yummy cream on the inside. Welcome to my kitchen and thank you for watching. Ingredients for that crunchy dough: 3 cups of all-purpose flour, which is 400 grams, 2 sticks of butter, 1 egg yolk, 1/3 of a cup of powdered sugar. And I do prefer powdered sugar instead of sugar, so when I do eat those pastries, the thicker sugar doesn't grind in between my teeth when I bite into that pastry. About 1 cup of sour cream, some vanilla sugar, and vanilla extract. And this is what I need for that crunchy crust. So all my ingredients are in that bowl, and I just need to make sure it is incorporated well. So butter, sugar, egg yolk, pinch of salt, sour cream, and vanilla extract. Okay, depends how thick, how condensed the vanilla extract is. I came across some that weren't as much. And I would say a teaspoon of that vanilla sugar to it. And then work with your hands to combine all the ingredients. It will take a few minutes, and then once it's ready, I will show you the consistency of it. Okay, dough is ready, and it is very soft, very silky. That sour cream makes it so silky. It's not too sticky. I mean, sticky a little bit, yes, but it doesn't have anything on my bowl, on my hands. It's just soft and silky dough. And now I will need to put it in the refrigerator for about 45 minutes to chill, because that will make it easier to work the shape later on. While the dough is chilling, I will make mascarpone cream. One more thing to mention: if you would like to have chocolate crust instead of vanilla, you can add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder to it, and maybe a little bit more sugar, because cocoa powder is bitter. So to balance it out, you would probably need to add a couple extra tablespoons of sugar to that dough. Okay, back to the cream. 250 grams of mascarpone cream, which is more than a package here, because this package has about 220. 100 grams of powdered sugar, 250 milliliters of heavy whipping cream, and vanilla extract. And all you do is mix it up. That should take about a minute and a half, up to 2 maximum. Once you start feeling pressure that your mixer has a hard time mixing it, turn it off. It's done, because otherwise you will have cottage cheese, and you don't want that. You want nice and silky, smooth feeling inside that pastry. And everything was cold from the fridge. Mascarpone, sugar, heavy whipping cream, a little bit of vanilla sugar for that vanilla flavor, and vanilla extract. If you really love sweet things, then you can put a little bit more sugar. For me, that's balanced well. I don't like it overly sweet, because then I eat 1 and I'm done. But if I eat 2, I'm still okay. Okay, start slow so the powdered sugar doesn't spread all over the kitchen. Okay, that's done. I don't even know if it was a minute and a half. It is silky and it's thick, but very easy to spread. I will come closer to show you the consistency of it. Very easy to maneuver, easy to spread, and that's how you want it, like thick cloud. Time to bake the pastries, and this cream can go in the fridge for a few minutes to chill. To make those tubes, I can use two different shapes. This one will be a little bit smaller because, as you see, it is very thin on the end, and this one is the same on both sides, so that will take more cream in. And I can make a couple of the smaller ones to show you how they will look like, what is the difference. And this, I bought it on Amazon, and they weren't that expensive. You roll the dough and bake with this inside of the oven. Before I start rolling this dough, what I want to mention is I have put some butter on all of the ones I'm going to use, because that butter will make it easier for me to take the finished product, crispy pastry, out of those pipes. Otherwise, they will stick to it and I will just break it. So it's a good idea to put some kind of an oil, some kind of fat on it, so then you can slide it off once baked. Okay, and this needs to be pretty thin. And I will show you, of course, as always, how thin I want to make it. The longer you make it, the better it is. And I will explain why once it's done. So now, time to cut long strings. So I will take one that has butter on it and then slowly start wrapping the dough around it. Don't cover the endings, because then it will be impossible for you to take it off once it is baked. And I will have to come closer to show you exactly what I'm doing, because I want to put a layer of it halfway on the one that's already in there. Okay, so here, closer look. This ends right here, and I want to go halfway. Because if you don't do it that way, it will fall apart for you. It has to be consistent, stick one layer to another layer. And now you know why I said the longer, the better. Because when you wrap it around, you need pretty long piece to go around. First time I made it, I didn't realize that that's what's going to happen. You learn as you go. You learn on the job. Okay, once you have it wrapped, gently roll it so it sticks together better, so you're locking it in. Okay, and make sure you don't block the exits here, the ends, because if you do, it will be very hard to take this off that metal frame, that metal pipe for you. Okay, and again, butter on the metal pipe, and again, layer on layer. And then I will put a little bit of butter so it sticks better and start with a new piece to finish up. And again, don't cover the exits, the ends, because you don't want the dough to block it, because it will be very hard to take it out once the dough is baked. Okay, and now gently roll it to make sure it is glued together. Okay, and then make sure this is opened. And you just keep doing same thing until you have all of them ready to go in the oven. So preheat the oven to 350. Once you have enough to bake, they can go in. Lots of work, but they are very yummy. Okay, and again, make sure you don't have the dough on the opening here. Okay, those are ready to go in the oven. Oven is preheating to 355. And I've got about 18 altogether. Because I have them on two different trays and one will have to go and the other one lower, halfway of baking, I will have to switch the trays around because the top is hotter and the bottom is not as hot as the top. So about 8 minutes and I will check and switch those trays around. Okay, and now I won't wait too long for those to cool off. I need them warm when I take them out of those metal pipes. So as soon as I can touch them, I will take the accessories off. Okay, and those almost ready. Now they need to cool off for the cream to go in. Finally, the last thing to do, fill it with that cream. So just go as deep as you can to reach the lowest spot and fill it to the top. So both me and my husband try to eat pretty healthy, but on weekends we have vacation for all the sweets. So nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Mama is cheating and eating more than I should. Little bit of that mascarpone cream left, but I'm sure when the kids get home, there will be none left. So now a little bit of powdered sugar on top, and those are ready. I know they take a little time to make, but they are worth it. Delicious. Happy baking, everyone, and thank you for watching. I would like to let you know why I am a big fan of using scale instead of the cups. I do put measurements in cups, so it's easier. As you know, I'm from Europe, so everything for me is in grams. And here in United States, any recipes you have is usually in cups. But I want you to pay attention to one thing, so take it as a tip. I learned by mistakes because I've done it before. So I have put together a flour, the same flour, all-purpose flour, into the same measuring cups. Exactly 2 cups in here and exactly 2 cups in here. But I want to measure it using the scale and show you if there is a difference and how much of a difference it can be. So here is the first 2 cups of flour, as you can see, 2 cups. And here is exactly 2 cups. All around, no cheating. And I will turn on, and there's nothing here. My scale, so it's set to 0. Maybe I should show you. So it's set to 0. If you can see. Okay, and I will put the first 2 cups in. And it says it is 248 grams. So now I will take this into a different cup, and it's empty. Put it back. It comes back to 0. And now the other 2 cups. All of it. And this one is 314. So now you can see that 2 cups are not created equal, right? They do not measure on a scale the same. So why is that? Well, it's all about handling the flour. If we are gentle with it, the flour is fluffy, it's light, and then 2 cups, nice fluffy flour. If you handle the flour, shake it, kind of bang it, on the surface somewhere, it loses its volume because it becomes dense. So you keep adding to have exactly 2 cups, right? Well, but it's much, much more heavier. It's much, much more flour that you need. So if you ever had a cake and you tried to follow the measurements and directions and the cake wasn't quite the way you hoped, it wasn't as fluffy, it wasn't as delicate, it wasn't as soft, well, maybe because there was too much flour. So it's just a tip, and I hope you will find it helpful to kind of pay attention to how we handle flours. I know how it is when you bake something and you put your heart into it, time into it, and then it doesn't come out the way you hope for. And it's frustrating. So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching.